IELTS Speaking Part 1. Food. Question 1. What is your favorite food? Model answer. Band 6 answer. I really like sushi. The seafood in Japan is very fresh and delicious. I usually eat it on weekends as a special treat. Band 7 answer. I'm a huge fan of sushi, to be honest. Since I live in Japan, the seafood here is incredibly fresh. We always make it a point to grab some sushi on the weekends. Band 8 answer. I'm absolutely crazy about sushi, to be fair. Being in Japan means we have access to incredibly fresh seafood right on our doorstep. Grabbing some high-quality sushi is my go-to treat to unwind on the weekends. Question 2. Do you enjoy cooking? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Not really, because I am usually very busy with my work. So, I often just buy a bento box from a convenience store in Japan. It is fast and easy. Band 7 answer. To be honest, cooking isn't really my thing. I'm usually tied up with work, so I tend to just pick up a bento box from a local convenience store to save time. Band 8 answer. Honestly, cooking isn't my strong suit at all. I'm usually completely swamped with work during the week, so I typically just grab a bento box from the local convenience store to save myself the hassle. Question 3. Have you always liked the same kinds of food? Model answer. Band 6 answer. No, my taste has changed. When I was a child, I ate a lot of sweet snacks. But now, I try to eat more healthy food like vegetables. Band 7 answer. Not at all, my taste buds have definitely changed over the years. I used to have a massive sweet tooth as a kid, but nowadays, I make an effort to stick to a healthier diet with lots of veggies. Band 8 answer. Not by a long shot. My taste buds have definitely matured over time. I used to have a massive sweet tooth growing up, but these days I actively steer clear of junk food and stick to a much cleaner diet. Question 4. Is there any food you don't like? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I don't like natto. It is a traditional Japanese food made from soybeans. The smell is too strong for me, and I don't like the sticky feeling. Band 7 answer. Well, I really can't stand natto, which is a traditional Japanese fermented soybean dish. The smell is quite overpowering, and I just can't get past the slimy texture. Band 8 answer. Well, I absolutely can't stomach natto, which is a fermented soybean dish we have here in Japan. The smell is incredibly overpowering, and honestly, the slimy texture just puts me right off. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Foreign food. Describe a foreign food you would like to try. You should say what it is, where it comes from, how you know about it, and explain why you would like to try it. You have 1 minute to prepare. You have 2 minutes to talk. Model answer. Band 6 answer. Well, I want to talk about a foreign food I really want to try. It is authentic Mexican street tacos. Of course, they come from Mexico. We have some Mexican restaurants here in Japan, but my friends tell me the real ones are much better. I first knew about this food from watching YouTube. I follow a travel vlogger who went to Mexico City. He showed many street food stalls selling tacos. They put fresh meat, onions, and a lot of spicy salsa on a soft tortilla. It looked so delicious. I really want to try them because I love eating spicy food. Japanese food is usually very healthy but not very spicy, so I want to experience something totally different. I hope I can save enough money to visit Mexico and eat real street tacos one day. Band 7 answer. Well, I'd love to talk about a foreign dish that has been on my bucket list for a while. It's authentic Mexican street tacos. Obviously, they originate from Mexico. While we do have a few Mexican places here in Japan, I've heard they don't even come close to the real deal. I actually found out about them by scrolling through YouTube. I was watching a popular travel vlogger who was exploring the street food scene in Mexico City. He visited these busy night markets and showed exactly how they make the tacos from scratch. What really caught my eye was the way they serve the freshly grilled meat on warm, soft tortillas with cilantro, onions, and a splash of lime. It looked absolutely mouth-watering, especially with the spicy salsa on top. To be honest, the main reason I'm dying to try them is that I'm a huge fan of bold flavors. Traditional Japanese cuisine is pretty mild, so I really crave that intense kick of spice. I'm definitely planning a trip to Mexico someday just to go on a food tour. Band 8 answer. Well, off the top of my head, one foreign dish that sits right at the top of my culinary bucket list is authentic Mexican street tacos. Naturally, they hail from Mexico. Even though you can find a few Mexican joints here in Japan nowadays, I've been told by expats that the authentic street versions are just worlds apart. I actually stumbled upon this dish while falling down a YouTube rabbit hole late one night. I was watching a travel vlogger completely geek out over the street food culture in Mexico City. He was hopping from one vibrant food stand to another, showcasing the whole cooking process. What really made my mouth water was the sheer freshness of it all. They take these freshly pressed corn tortillas and pile them high with perfectly grilled meats, a squeeze of fresh lime, and a generous heap of cilantro. It honestly looked out of this world. At the end of the day, I'm absolutely dying to try them because I have a massive soft spot for bold, spicy flavors. Japanese cuisine is incredible, but it tends to be quite subtle. I really want to experience food that packs a serious punch, and booking a flight to Mexico just to eat street food sounds like an absolute dream to me. IELTS Speaking Part 3. Foreign Food. Question 1. Why do you think people like trying foreign foods? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Well, I think people want to try something new. Eating the same food every day is boring. Also, when they travel or watch TV, they see delicious food from other countries and want to taste it. Band 7 answer. Let me think. First of all, it's mostly about breaking the routine since eating the same meals constantly gets pretty dull. On top of that, social media exposes us to all sorts of international cuisines, which naturally makes people curious to try them out. Band 8 answer. Well, off the top of my head, I'd say it really boils down to our natural desire to break the monotony of daily life. Plus, with social media constantly bombarding us with mouth-watering food vlogs, people are naturally drawn to stepping out of their culinary comfort zones. Question 2. Do you think traditional Japanese food will disappear in the future? Model answer. Band 6 answer. No, I don't think so. Japanese people really love their traditional food like sushi and miso soup. Even though foreign food is popular, people will always eat their own country's food. Band 7 answer. I highly doubt it. Even though Western fast food is everywhere nowadays, traditional Japanese dishes are still a huge part of our daily lives. At the end of the day, people will always go back to their comfort food. Band 8 answer. Honestly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. While it's true that Western fast food has taken the country by storm, traditional Japanese cuisine is deeply ingrained in our cultural identity. At the end of the day, people will always gravitate back to their cultural roots in comfort food. Question 3. How does food help people understand different cultures? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Well, when you eat food from another country, you learn about their ingredients and history. For example, if you eat spicy food, you understand they use a lot of spices. It is a fun way to learn. Band 7 answer. That's a good question. Basically, tasting a country's cuisine gives you a sneak peek into their history and lifestyle. For instance, you can learn a lot about a region's climate just by looking at the spices they use, making it a really hands-on way to explore a new culture. Band 8 answer. That's an interesting point. Essentially, a country's cuisine serves as a delicious gateway into its history, geography, and values. For instance, the heavy use of certain spices or preservation methods can tell you a lot about a region's climate and past, making it a truly immersive cultural experience. Question 4. Do you think foreign fast food has changed people's eating habits in Japan? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, definitely. Fast food like burgers and pizza is very cheap and fast, so many young people eat it a lot. Because of this, some people are getting less healthy than before. Band 7 answer. For sure. Fast food chains have made it incredibly easy to grab a quick and cheap bite, which has definitely changed how young people eat. Unfortunately, because these meals are often greasy, it's leading to more health problems these days. Band 8 answer. Absolutely, without a doubt. The convenience and affordability of international fast food chains have drastically altered the dietary habits of the younger generation. The downside, however, is that this shift towards highly processed meals has undeniably sparked a rise in diet-related health issues across the board.
Congrats on making it to the end of this video, and kudos to you if you did all that practice. You are amazing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And you can also add my official LINE account that's in the profile. And if you do this, then I can send you a free phrases guide that you can use for your practice. All right, happy studying. See ya.